Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a topic that gets a lot of people fired up. Your homeowners association, or HOA, and their rules about electric fences. You've done your research. An electric fence is the perfect solution for keeping your pets safe or securing your property. But then you get that dreaded letter. Your request has been denied. It's frustrating, right? You might be thinking, it's my property. Why can't I protect it the way I want to? Well, today we're going to uncover the shocking truth about why your HOA might be saying no, and more importantly, what you can do about it. Stick around, because you're not going to want to miss this. First, let's get into the mind of an HOA. Why are they so against electric fences? From their perspective, it often boils down to a few key concerns. The biggest one is usually aesthetics. HOAs are obsessed with maintaining a uniform, pleasing look for the neighborhood. They worry that an electric fence, with its visible wires and warning signs, will look out of place or industrial, potentially lowering property values for everyone. They have this mental picture of something that looks like it belongs on a farm, not in a pristine suburban cul. Another huge factor is liability. This is a big one. The HOA board is terrified of lawsuits. They imagine a neighbor's child or pet accidentally touching the fence and getting hurt. Even if modern electric fences are designed to be safe, delivering a short, sharp, but harmless shock, the fear of a potential injury and the legal battle that could follow is enough for them to issue a blanket no. They see it as a huge, unnecessary risk for the entire community, and their insurance provider probably agrees with them. Then there's the issue of misinformation. Many HOA board members simply don't understand how modern electric fences work. They might think it's a high-voltage lethal barrier like you see in movies. They're not aware of the low-amperage pulsed systems that are specifically designed for residential use to be a psychological deterrent, not a physical danger. This lack of knowledge often leads to a decision based on fear and misconception rather than facts. They haven't seen the discreet, professionally installed systems that can be almost invisible from a distance. So, you've got the denial letter. What's your next move? Don't just get angry and give up. It's time to get strategic. Your first step is to become an expert on your HOA's governing documents. Get a copy of the covenants, conditions, and restrictions, or CC&Rs, and read them cover to cover. Look for any specific language that mentions fences, electric fences, or security installations. Sometimes, the rules are vague. If they don't explicitly forbid electric fences, you have a powerful opening. If they do, you'll need to look for the process to request a variance or an exception to the rule. Knowledge is power, and knowing their own rules better than they do is your secret weapon. Once you've done your homework on the rules, your next mission is to educate them. You need to counter their fears with facts. Prepare a professional, well-organized presentation for the HOA board. Don't just send an angry email. Request a formal meeting. In your presentation, start by addressing their concerns head-on. For the aesthetics argument, bring photos and brochures of modern, discrete electric fence systems. Show them examples of high-end installations that blend seamlessly into the landscape. Highlight systems with thin, black or green wires that are barely visible against foliage or existing fences. Next, tackle the liability issue. This is where you need to come armed with data. Provide manufacturer specifications that clearly state the safety features of the fence. Explain that these are UL-listed products designed for residential safety. Mention that the energy output is regulated and designed to startle, not to harm. You can even bring in testimonials from other homeowners or statistics about the safety of these systems. Offer to install highly visible, but tastefully designed warning signs at regular intervals, which is often a legal requirement anyway and shows you're being a responsible neighbor. Furthermore, explain asterisk. Why asterisk you need the fence? Is it to contain a beloved pet? That's an escape artist. Frame it as a responsible pet ownership issue. Preventing your dog from running into the street is a safety benefit for the entire neighborhood. Is it for security? Gently mention any recent break-ins or concerns in the area, positioning the fence as a proactive measure to keep the whole community safer. Personal stories are powerful. Explaining that you're trying to protect your family can be much more persuasive than just saying you want a fence. Now, let's talk about the power of allies. You probably not the only one in your neighborhood who wants better security or a safer way to contain pets. Talk to your neighbors. See if you can find others who would also benefit from installing an electric fence, or who are simply supportive of your right to do so. Getting a few other homeowners to sign a petition or even show up to the HOA meeting with you can make a huge difference. A single homeowner can be easily dismissed, but a group of concerned residents is a political force that the board has to listen to. It shows that this isn't just one person's weird request, but a legitimate community interest. If the direct approach doesn't work, it's time to explore other options. Check your local and state laws. In some states, there are right to protect laws or other statutes that may limit an HOA's ability to restrict certain types of security measures. A quick consultation with an attorney who specializes in HOA law could be incredibly valuable. They might be able to find a legal precedent or a loophole in the state code that overrides your HOA's rules. This can be a more aggressive step, so use it as a later resort. But it's important to know your full legal rights. Let's also consider a compromise. Perhaps the HOA is dead set against a visible, standalone electric fence. Could you propose a solution where the electric wires are added to the top of an existing, approved fence style? For example, adding a few low-profile strands to the inside of a wooden privacy fence. This invisible solution contains your pet or adds security without changing the external appearance of the fence one bit. This shows the board that you're willing to work with them and respect the community's aesthetic standards, which can make them much more likely to approve your project. Another strategy is to propose a trial period. Suggest that the HOA grant you a temporary, 1-year approval. At the end of the year, they can review the installation. You can agree to remove it if there are any legitimate complaints or issues. This lowers the perceived risk for the board. It's no longer a permanent, irreversible decision. In most cases, after a year with no incidents, the fence just becomes an accepted part of the property and renewing the approval becomes a simple formality. Remember, the key to all of this is your approach. Stay calm, professional, and persistent. Shouting and making demands will only make the board members dig in their heels. They are volunteers, and they respond much better to polite, well-reasoned arguments than to aggression. Treat it like a business negotiation. You have a goal. They have concerns. Your job is to find a solution that achieves your goal while addressing their concerns. It's about building a case, not starting a fight. Document everything. Keep copies of all your correspondence. Take minutes at meetings, and build a paper trail. If you do end up needing legal help later, this documentation will be absolutely essential. So to recap, understand that Emotisi's aesthetics and liability. Do your homework and read the CC&Rs. Prepare a professional presentation with facts, photos, and safety specs. Rally support from your neighbors. Know your state and local laws, and be open to compromise with creative solutions. It might seem like a daunting process, but many homeowners have successfully navigated the HOA maze and gotten their electric fences approved. It just takes the right strategy and a healthy dose of persistence. Don't let an initial no be the end of the story. You have options, and you have the right to protect your property and your loved ones. With the right approach, you can turn that denial into an approval. Thanks so much for watching today. I hope this gives you the confidence and the tools you need to take on your HOA. If you've ever had a battle with your HOA over a fence or anything else, drop a comment below and share your story. We can all learn from each other. And if you found this video helpful, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more tips on home security and property rights. We'll see you in the next one.